The alert. Imagine this. You're cooking dinner, or stuck in traffic, or lying in bed, half awake. Your phone buzzes, not a text, not a news alert, a message from God. No booming voice, no burning bush, just a clean, impersonal notification. The same way the modern world delivers everything else. The message says, human beings are being discontinued, not punished, not annihilated, just replaced. In 30 days, every human will be transformed into an animal of their choosing. After that, there will be no such thing as people. This story isn't really asking, what animal would you pick? It's asking something more uncomfortable. If humans vanished, would the world actually be better? Why God decides to end humans. God's reasoning is blunt. Without humans, there would be no races, no wealth hoarding, no genocide disguised as politics, no school shootings, no nuclear weapons, no climate collapse accelerated by greed. Animals kill, but they don't moralize it. They don't build systems around cruelty. They don't call themselves superior. This isn't framed as rage. It's framed as disappointment. God doesn't destroy the world. He edits it. Humanity is being taken down a peg. A naval term, a tiny phrase, a deeply human one. The irony is intentional. Humans invented the language that describes their own demotion. How humans immediately ruin the point. For about 5 minutes, the world goes quiet. Political arguments pause. The outrage machine stalls. Then humans do what they always do. They start optimizing. Zoologists become celebrities overnight. Nature documentaries surge. Everyone becomes obsessed with animal pros and cons. Do animals have friends? Do they feel pleasure? Do they get drunk? Do they mourn? Suddenly, the end of humanity becomes a personality quiz. People aren't asking, what would free me from being human? They're asking, how do I win being an animal? Even at the brink of extinction, humans want to choose correctly. Ruby and Jade. Ordinary humans. This is where Ruby and Jade come in. They're not heroes. They're not scientists or politicians. They're best friends cooking pasta. Steam rises from the sink. Tomato sauce splashes a white shirt. Wine is poured into tiny, impractical glasses. The apocalypse happens in the background, like it always does. Their conversations aren't grand. They talk about elephants getting drunk, about how nice it would be to weigh thousands of pounds and not hate your body. This matters, because the story insists that humanity isn't just its crimes. It's also these moments, small, unremarkable, intimate. If humans disappear, this disappears too. The world goes animal crazy. As Devolution Day approaches, patterns emerge. Penguins become wildly popular because they mate for life. Never mind melting ice caps. Humans are desperate for permanence. Mammals dominate. Insects and reptiles are ignored. Cold-blooded animals feel emotionally cold to people. Politics creeps in anyway. Some people refuse metamorphosis. Becoming a caterpillar feels like admitting you might need to change too much. Others want lone animals, wolves, crabs, porcupines, independence dressed up as philosophy. Liberals chase trends. Conservatives chase familiarity. Even now, humans sort themselves. Some people don't believe God at all. They assume it's a scam, or a hack, or misinformation. But even the unbelievers plan to choose an animal, just in case. No one wants to be the last human standing. Ruby and Jade go to the movies. The film is about a man stranded on an island, desperate to recreate a piano. The animals around him live peacefully, but the story centers the human struggle, his loneliness, his genius, his suffering. This is the story humans always tell. Nature as backdrop, humanity as protagonist. Ruby loves the movie. Jade doesn't. They don't fight about it, and that's important. Their friendship isn't built on debate or dominance, it's built on understanding. This kind of relationship doesn't translate neatly into animal life, and that terrifies them. The question of staying together. As the days run out, the question sharpens. Not what animal should I be, but should we choose the same one? Jade wants to be a whale. Whales are immense, intelligent, social. They sing. They travel in pods. Some live for centuries. Ruby hesitates. She feels pulled toward a turtle, a freshwater turtle, solitary, slow, long-lived, but inward. This isn't stubbornness, it's identity. Ruby worries that agreeing to be a whale would mean erasing herself before God does it. Jade worries that choosing differently means their bond wasn't enough. Neither of them is wrong. That's what makes it tragic. It's about how love doesn't always align perfectly with choice. We like stories where love conquers everything, where sacrifice is easy, where compromise feels noble. This story says something harsher. Sometimes loving someone doesn't mean becoming the same thing. Sometimes staying true to yourself means losing proximity to the person you love most. That is a very human pain. The last day of being human. In their final hours, Ruby and Jade do the most human things they can think of. They bake a layered cake. They throw dishes off a roof. They sing karaoke at 3 in the morning. They reminisce about childhood, racing snails, sleepovers, dumb songs. They don't make grand speeches. They don't fix everything. They choose. Jade becomes a whale. Ruby becomes a turtle. They receive a thumbs-up emoji from God. Even the divine has adopted our interfaces. The glitch. When the transformation happens, there's a mistake. For a fraction of a second, barely measurable, they keep their human thoughts. Jade thinks Ruby. Ruby thinks Jade. Then it's gone. God corrects the error. No longing, no grief, no memory. Jade swims. Ruby basks. The final question. God looks at the world and declares it good. And maybe he's right. The planet breathes easier. Violence loses its ideologies. Awe replaces ambition. But the story leaves us unsettled. Because something beautiful is gone too. Not human dominance, not human ego, but human connection. The kind that exists despite misunderstanding, despite difference, despite the impossibility of perfectly aligning lives. The story doesn't say humans deserve extinction. It asks whether we could learn to live with more humility before someone else decides we can't.